Hello, and welcome to This is Route 66. Welcome back. We're visiting with Marian Pavel from Bratislava, Slovakia. Marian, as we all know, over the years there have been many realignments with Route 66, and in some areas the road is completely gone. Staying on Route 66 in some places can be a little confusing. Over the past few years, you've developed a few products that can assist the Route 66 traveler. Can you explain?
Yeah, of course. When we traveled Route 66 for first time in 2016, of course, we spent a couple of months with preparation works, and we were really convinced that we are ready, and we know as much information about Route 66 as possible at that time. And frankly, we've got lost immediately in Chicago because as Europeans, we didn't expect that Route 66 is not continuously signed as a scenic road in the states. So that time, somehow we found Joliet. Of course, we spent a lot of time on a highway instead of Route 66. We bought the paper maps, but it was really not comfortable to ride a Harley Davidson with the paper maps in your hands and reading the maps during the ride. So we started to think how it's possible that there is no navigation app because everything was invented in this world before. And after we returned back home, we really realized that there is no navigation app, and that was an impulse why we decided with my business partner Jan to establish a touch media company and start to work on a navigation app which will make your travels on Route 66 much more comfortable. So after 2 years of initial development, we were able to introduce Route 66 navigation app, which is only turn by turn voice navigation with professional maps, which will stick you with historic parts of Route 66 from the start point in Chicago to end point in Santa Monica and vice versa. Uh, and since 2018, when we launched the app, we are working constantly on the updates, on improvements, and new features. I'm really proud that Jim Hinckley, as a historian and walking encyclopedia about Route 66, prepared descriptions for points of interest on Route 66. We have more than 1,200 points of interest, which are displaying on your as a notification on display of your phone when you approaching certain places on Route 66.
Mm.
So thanks to Route 66 navigation, travelers, especially those ones which are not familiar with Route 66 before, can't miss any interesting place on Route 66. So yeah, after this is a seventh year of development of Route 66 navigation, and we really believe that in a couple of next months and years we will bring more and more features and improvements which will make traveling on Route 66 more comfortable, and we will make people not reading the paper maps, just follow the navigation guides in our app and enjoy Route 66 around them from the window of the car.
So I've got a follow-up question on that. Will the app run on Android and iPhones? And also, when like for my wife and I, we travel with three other couples. Can we coordinate where we each have the app on our phone, and so we're all taking the same turn by turns?
Yeah, but the apps actually the apps working separately. You can't connect the apps between the phones. But yeah, when you run the app on separate phones, you will see the same turn by turn directions and the most important feature of our app is that it works offline, because there is a many places, many areas on Route 66 without that data coverage, without the mobile signal coverage,
Mm,
and the conventional apps and conventional navigation apps like Google Maps, Apple Maps are not working there. So
hmm
thanks to Route 66 navigation, you are still on a track because it works offline. You just download the maps and you are ready to go.
Okay. So here's an example of what I'm trying to ask. Let's say you're going through Carthage, Missouri or Joplin, Missouri, and there might be one route that's for a particular year alignment, but yet there's another particular year alignment in the same town. And maybe there's three routes in the town, depending on what year of Route 66 you want to travel. Is there a way to coordinate which route you're gonna be following?
Yeah, actually, for the navigation app, this is somehow tricky issue. Uh, we were able to prepare two different routes for navigation in our app. Route A is the most, it includes most visited places on Route 66, and it was very carefully selected by us to provide the best experience traveling Route 66. So this is something what we always recommend to use for people who want to travel the most visited parts of Route 66 and don't miss anything important. Uh,
Mhm,
Route B in our app is showing you the uh, less known places on Route 66 or alternative places. Because, for example, in New Mexico, there are two alignments which you can select from Santa Rosa to Albuquerque. First alignment is the old trail heading to Las Vegas, New Mexico, and Santa Fe, and then
mhm,
you are driving, go down to Albuquerque, or the second alignment is directly from Santa Rosa through Klein's Corners, Moriarty, and other cities to Albuquerque. So, yeah,
mhm,
when you are traveling Route 66 using our app, you have always an option which alignment you can and choose during your trip. Um, I know that there are places with more alignments, but technically it's not possible to include all the alignments and make people or let people select which is most preferred for them. Technically, it's not possible to make it
mhm,
work in one continuous and routing or navigation. But for those travelers who want to discover, for example, abandoned places or really rare old alignments of Route 66, we always recommend combination with Joris McLenahan EZ66 guidebook. Uh,
mhm,
Many people confirmed us that a combination of our app and this paperwork worked the best for them. So
mhm,
with these are two tools, I think that they are ready to discover Route 66 in all the deep tracks on
mhm.
on the road.
I like that. Now, I really like the idea of option A or option B and also coordinating with a book because what happened to us in the past when we're traveling together and we have walkie talkies and we're traveling Route 66 and the leader says, well, we got to take, an exit here. and another person says, well, no, wait a minute, we're supposed to go another distance because that's what it says. And then there's, oh, no, we need to be going over here. So if we were all on option A, for example, or option B, if we were all coordinated on option A or option B, we would all be synchronized with our route. And I like also having the guidebook as well. I mean, because that's a valuable tool as well. Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah, absolutely. The
Uh,
other thing is that we selected for route B, we selected also some roads or sections on Route 66, but in time they were washed out.
mhm,
So they turned dangerous for travelers. So we had to reconsider, and some sections of Route 66 we had to simply delete from our app because in time they started to be dangerous for travelers. So uh, people traveling Route 66, especially the abandoned parts or very ancient sections of Route 66, have to keep in their mind that the conditions on the route are changing every year, every month, for example,
mhm,
and they need to be very careful when they are
mhm.
driving these parts of Route 66.
Right. And just as a side note, I've got a friend who, like me, my wife and I used to be in kind of extreme off-road exploring and back road exploring. Not anymore, and I don't even have a Jeep anymore. But I was telling a friend of mine, wouldn't it be fun to have an old Jeep and travel Route 66 as original as you could, not being so concerned about rock chips and things like that, with an old Jeep, and taking the old dirt roads and paths and exploring. So that was just something I think that'd be fun to do some time in the future, but probably won't happen. But if I was 20 years younger, yeah, I'd be doing that. So that'd be a lot of fun.
In that
Hey,
case, I really recommend to try the very old section of Route 66 to La Bayada Hill in New Mexico, that part which is accessible from Santa Fe.
hmm,
Uh, I don't recommend it in our app because it's not safe for travelers. But if somebody is a real fan of 4x4 wheels
hmm,
and they are not afraid of really rough roads.
hmm,
The part is a magic. I love La Payada. We visited that place I think twice, and we always enjoyed. But the
hmm.
road heading to La Bayada is in very bad shape.
See, I think that'd be a lot of fun. And again, quite a few years ago, I'll just say 10 years ago or so, my wife and I, we were just in some little rental vehicle trying to follow Route 66 as much as we could on the original route. We ended up in some national forest, and we didn't have any idea where we were. And then we ended up coming out in Parks, Arizona, right by the general store. And I'll always remember that general store in Parks, Arizona. What a great place. But anyway, that's where we found Route 66 again. So a tool like you have is, invaluable. I just think it's a great asset. Before we continue, let's take a short break and play Beat the Buzzer.
Get ready. It's time to play Beat the Buzzer. Can you guess our jigsaw puzzle? To participate, click the subscribe button below. All right, it's time to play Beat the Buzzer.
Welcome back. Let's move on to our next topic. Tell us about your Route 66 passport. What is that?
In time, when Route 66 navigation started to be really popular, we had some more ideas for which products we can develop and bring to travelers on Route 66 to make their travel more fun and more adventurous. Uh, in time, I wrote a guidebook for Route 66 travelers, explaining how to prepare for a trip, how to prepare the journey on Route 66 to make it successful and satisfy yourself with the trip. And for first time, we translated this book to 8 world languages.
Wow.
Uh, to bring information about Route 66 to more people all around the world. And that time we had an idea for Route 66 passport book. This is a small travel book which where you collect the stamps on certain places on Route 66. On each place, you don't will just get a stamp, but also a small gift like a keychain, a magnet, a postcard, sticker, or something like this. Uh, and currently, people are collecting about 42 stamps for one book all around Route 66, from Chicago to Santa Monica. This is a first passport which is working in all 8 states for Route 66. And since 2019, when we introduced the first edition, it started to be a really popular thing on Route 66. We were really surprised because, of course, as usual, we had a really ambitious plans how much people will passport bring to participating places, and our very optimistic estimations were about 20-25% more. And we were really surprised when we get first feedback that for some places Route 66 passport raised the number of visitors by 50-55%, which is
Wow.
really huge. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's something what we are proud of, to see that we developed something what was accepted by travelers, what brought a lot of fun, a lot of attention about Route 66 places. And on other hand, it's somehow also responsibility for us to make very precise selection of the places where you can get a stamp, where we are sending the travelers. And also, uh, our goal is not to bring only fun to travelers, but also to make it beneficial for communities on Route 66. That's the reason why we developed Route 66 Passport Brand Book this year. This is a small publication for our partners on Route 66, which explains how Route 66 Passport can bring more tourists, travelers, not only to their places, but also to small businesses next door in their area. And this is something what we want to achieve in the future, to bring the travelers not only to participating places, but also to the other businesses, small businesses,
Hmm.
which are depending on tourism along Route 66. So currently, we are working on fifth edition of Route 66 Passport, because we publish a new edition every year, usually in late May. just to be sure that Route 66 passport will be fresh and always up to date for travelers. And yeah,
Okay.
the new edition is on the way, and I really believe that it will bring new ideas and new content for travelers. Every year, in every edition, we try to make some changes and bring something new, which will refresh that edition.
Okay. So the new edition will be the 2024. Will there be a special centennial passport?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Centennial is a great opportunity how to promote Route 66 for uh, wider audience, not only in United States but also all around the world. And Centennial is something really special, so we decided to publish a special Centennial Route 66 passport, which will be a very special collectible souvenir for travelers on Route 66 during a centennial year. Uh, we plan to publish it with a golden cover.
Hmm.
Uh, so it will be and then different to our blue Route 66 passport. Uh, what I can say right now is that it will contain a very special illustrations by Joyce Cole. This is an artist living in Pontiac,
Hmm.
Illinois, and we already started to work on very special features which will be included in Sentinel Route 66 passport, and I really believe that we will bring all our ideas, even if sometimes they are crazy, to the real life. And Route 66 Sentinel passport will be something what will be really surprising travelers on Route 66, and what will be a great memory for the celebrations of Sentinel on Route 66. So this is, I think that that's all what I can say right now,
Okay.
what I can
Yeah.
discover right now. But
Hmm.
I really believe that next year the Sentinel passport will be published, and people will be able to buy it together with a blue passport.
Okay. Well, in just a moment, I want to ask how viewers can obtain these products. But before we get into that, what about younger travelers? Do you have anything that's maybe more tailored to younger travelers that might help them assist them traveling Route 66?
Yeah, this is something what is a great question for everybody who are interested in travel tourism on Route 66, because I think that this is nothing secret that currently the average age of travelers on Route 66 are 40 years up.
Hmm.
And if we want to preserve Route 66 and keep the attention, we need to prepare something what will bring attention of younger generation on Route 66. Uh, it's happening right now, of course. If you travel Route 66, you can see a lot of families with children traveling Route 66, like many years ago when they traveled for a better life in the
Hmm.
West. And I think that many places on Route 66 are able to entertain the children or younger generation right now. Uh, and But definitely, I think that this is a task for everybody who are working for travelers on Route 66. How to prepare, how to invent, how to create more projects or products on Route 66 which will attract a younger generation. The Route 66 passport is something what is working really well. It's working for adults as well as for children. Everybody are able to find something special in the Route 66 passport. So this is something what is working already. But this year we started to work on implementation of artificial intelligence to Route 66 navigation app. Uh, on a first here, it's maybe something what is what scare many people because it's something uh, from the future, something untouchable. But and many times the artificial intelligence is used for and dirty jobs. Fake some celebrities, some politicians, etc., etc. But we definitely found that this technology is able to bring us a really great added value with possibilities, with the potential of this technology if it's used in a correct way and in a positive way. Uh, so last spring, we started to experiment with artificial intelligence, and sometimes it's scary also for us to see how it's developing fastly. How fast is artificial intelligence able to learn and improve itself? Many times I have a problem how to call it, if it's she, he, it, or something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when we started to work with artificial intelligence, we definitely realized that in that state of condition, AI didn't know a lot about Route 66. So we realized that we have to teach artificial intelligence about history, about the places on Route 66. So we created a special bot, and with the help of Jim Hinckley and Blue Miller, and we used also my articles and books which I published lately. We started to teach AI about Route 66, and it's really promising. And I really believe that in very short time we will be able to implement artificial intelligence to Route 66 navigation app, and that time it will be a really great feature because anywhere on Route 66 you will just tap on the screen of your phone and ask
Mm-hmm.
to learn more about this place, and AI will answer everything what it knows about the place where you are. So the traveling will be again more comfortable, and what is really important, we will bring the history, we will bring the stories, we will bring the facts about Route 66 for younger generation in most comfortable way, which they are used to. This is something how they used to consume the information in most comfortable way, which is um, achievable in the time. So this is something really great. The first results of our tests are really promising and really awesome, and I really love to work on this project.
I was just thinking while you were describing that, how technology has changed and how technology can be scary, but then acceptable. And if we were to go back a number of years using a phone for directions instead of a paper map could have been scary. Well, am I going to put my trust in this computer program? No, I want a piece of paper and a map. And then over time, it just becomes, with GPS and everything else, it just becomes, acceptable and just part of life. That's what you depend on. For me, artificial intelligence sounds scary, like, oh, I don't want to get into that. But yet in time, it'll be acceptable. And for the next generation, like my children and grandchildren, it'll be just, normal life for them. So I can see where we need to cater to the generations coming behind us.
Yeah. For me, frankly, the technologies at all are not scary, but AI is something totally different than the technologies you described. Uh, it's something what is able to conversate, to make a conversation with you about Route 66, and believe me that in 90% times you are not able to recognize that on other side it's something artificial, it's not a person
Right.
which is talking to you. This is something scary for me, that it's really intelligent, it's really smart, it's really, that system is able to learn extremely fastly.
Hmm.
When If I compare the AI knowledge in March or April when we started, and now it's thousands of miles away.
Really? It's
Yeah,
advanced in that
that-
short of a period of time?
oh, absolutely. That's
Hmm.
unbelievable.
Hmm.
Absolutely unbelievable how that system works. And yeah, sometimes it's scary for me because I can't imagine if it's able to learn so fast what it will be able to do in next couple of years.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
That's We'll just
maybe,
have to watch and see. Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
your other products that you have, the passport, the app, things like that, how can viewers obtain these? The Let's just go one by one. The app, how does a viewer obtain the app?
that's really easy. The most uh, fast and comfortable way is just open the App Store or Google Play Store in their devices and type their Route 66 navigation. Our app have a typical yellow icon, which is
Mhm.
really recognizable in the App Store. Uh, I have to mention that mm, our app is basically downloadable for free, but if you want to use the navigation features, you need to pay the subscription fee. Compared to the costs of your trip, the year fee is $40, and we also offer the week subscription for 19.99. So we really believe that the costs for the subscription fee is something what is valuable for travelers on Route 66 compared to the added value of the app, and also it helped us to cover the development costs and the maintenance costs for the app, because time to time our customers are complaining that they have to pay. So we don't collect any data, any information, private information from our customers and sell
Mhm.
them to the third parties. We are really fair, but we need to be paid for our work. So
All right.
that's
Yeah.
something what I want to mention. And the passport, when you asked how to buy a Route 66 passport, we have about 50 places on Route 66 where the passport is available. Also, we run for European customers. We run the eShop, uh, where it's available online to
Okay.
purchase. And if you want to check the full, it's okay. If you want to check the full list of the selling points of Route 66 passport, just visit www.route66passport.com, and
Mhm.
you will find everything about the passport on the website.
Great. Now, if a person is going to start their your journey in Chicago. Can you tell us a place or two in Chicago that they can pick up their first one?
Unfortunately, we don't have that place in Chicago, but first place
Mhm.
when you can pick up the passport is located in Joliet, and
Juliet. Okay.
it's a rock and roll Route 66 Rock and Roll Museum in
Hmm.
Joliet, which is really place worth for stay there. Uh, they opened this year their gift store and also the part of the museum, and I really enjoyed stay there. There is a lot of rare music instruments, and you can see a lot of history about music in Illinois, but not only in Illinois, of course.
Hmm. Okay. Well, that sounds great. You know what? I've just really enjoyed visiting with you very much today, Marian, and all the way from Slovakia. I guess it's probably getting nighttime where you're at. So maybe I've been keeping you up too late. I know it's probably getting pretty late there. But again, it was a real pleasure visiting with you today.
Pleasure is on my side. Thank you for the opportunity to talk with you. That was a great conversation. Thank you again, and have a great time, especially on Route 66.
I'd like to say thank you to our guest today, and also I want to say thank you for watching my videos. Producing these videos is just my way of giving back to Route 66 and preserving this piece of Americana for the next generation. Now you can let me know that you appreciate these videos by just simply clicking onto this logo to subscribe to my channel, and of course feel free to share these videos to your social media pages.